At the beginning of the movie, a boy named Day is seen sleeping in a swimming pool. He wakes up and notices that one of his hands is severely injured. He also finds wounds on other parts of his body. As he becomes fully conscious, he realizes that a crocodile is attacking his leg. The crocodile is trying to drag him away. Day fights back using his other leg and somehow manages to escape. However, the crocodile is still following him. To keep a safe distance, Day hits the crocodile with a bucket, pushing it away. From above, his dog is barking after seeing the scene. As the camera slowly zooms out, it's revealed that Day is trapped in a deep pool. There is no ladder to climb out. Then the scene shifts to 6 days earlier. At that time, the pool was full of water. Day was doing an underwater photo shoot. A sofa was thrown into the pool, and a model dressed as a Joker was posing. During the shoot, Day's friend arrives with his dog, and they spend a joyful time together. At one point, Day is seen taking an insulin injection, as he is diabetic. After the shoot ends, they take a group photo and go home. The next morning, Day returns to the pool to shut everything down, since the place would be unused for a while. His friend comes to see him and informs him that he's going on a long vacation. Before leaving, he lowers the pool's drainage lever, causing the water to start draining. He ties Day's dog to the grill and warns him to get out of the pool, as the water level is dropping fast. Without a ladder, it would be hard to get out later. Day, not taking it seriously, replies, "Please order a pizza before you leave." His friend then leaves. Day accidentally falls asleep while floating in the pool. After some time, he is awakened by the dog's barking. He tries to get out of the pool, but by then the water level had dropped significantly. He tries his best to climb up, but unfortunately breaks his nail in the process. Day realizes that getting out this way is not possible, so he starts shouting for help. As the camera slowly zooms out, it becomes clear that there's no one around in this deserted place. However, Day's phone was on charge beside the swimming pool. Suddenly, when a call comes in, the phone slides to the edge of the pool. Just before Day can grab it, the phone dangles from the charger cable. As he hurriedly lunges to catch it, the phone falls into the pool and gets damaged beyond use. Next, Day stuffs his shirt into the pool drain to try and stop the water level from dropping any further. Just then, the pizza delivery guy arrives. But Day is too busy struggling with the drain, so the delivery guy doesn't notice him. The delivery man calls Day's friend, who had placed the order. The friend tells him, "Just leave the pizza and go." So the delivery guy does exactly that. Hearing some sounds, Day assumes someone has come to help. He quickly tries to climb out of the pool, but his belt gets stuck in the drain. Meanwhile, the delivery guy leaves. Day thinks someone will eventually come to rescue him. Without thinking much, he falls asleep again. Finally, after some time, Day's friend Koi arrives. He sees Day asleep in the pool. Without realizing how low the water has gone, he tries to jump in. The noise wakes Day, and he shouts at Koi not to jump. But it's too late. Koi slips, hits his head on the platform, and falls into the pool unconscious. Day quickly places Koi on a float and uses the pool rope to try and stop the bleeding. Soon, night falls, and the water level drops to a dangerously low point. Day examines Koi's injury. As he touches Koi's head, he finds clotted blood on his hand. This leaves Day deeply worried. At this time, Day's dog starts barking loudly, as a crocodile is approaching the pool through the main entrance. Seeing this, Day tells the dog to stay quiet. Just then, the crocodile tries to attack the dog, but slips and falls into the pool before it can. Now the situation becomes even more terrifying. On one side is his injured friend. On the other is the dry and deadly pool, from which escape seems impossible. And now, a vicious crocodile is inside too. The worst part, even though they're not far from the city, no one can help them. There's no food, no water, just a desperate fight for survival. The only small relief, the crocodile hasn't spotted Day and Koi yet. That's how they endure a terrifying night. In the morning, the pool is completely dry. Koi is still unconscious and weak. The crocodile is on the other side of the pool, asleep with its mouth open. Day looks again at Koi, his head still bleeding. Day looks around. His eyes fall on the crocodile's mouth. He notices there's a duct tape on it. Possibly, it's the same tape that was used during the photo shoot. Gathering courage, Day slowly removes the tape from the crocodile's mouth. But just then, the crocodile wakes up and roars at Day. Day quickly rushes back to Koi and uses the tape and some rope to bandage his wounds. Nearby, there was a bucket of water, which Day had filled earlier with pool water for drinking. After getting things under control, Day looks at the vent. He decides that escaping through the vent is his best option. With great effort, he manages to open the vent cover. But when he checks on Koi again, he suddenly sees that the crocodile has entered the tunnel. Day waits, hoping it will go back. When it becomes clear that the crocodile isn't turning back, Day risks his life and enters the tunnel himself. At the exit point, he finds it's locked from the outside. Just then, the crocodile returns to the pool and starts moving toward unconscious Koi. At the last moment, Day returns and throws the crocodile away, saving Koi. Finally, Koi regains consciousness. Later, Day notices his dog eating the pizza. The dog drops a piece into the pool for Day. After 3 days, Day and Koi finally get something to eat. The next morning, it's their 4th day inside the pool. There's no drinkable water left. Due to exhaustion, Day passes out and remains unconscious all day. At night, when Day wakes up, he finds Koi sitting beside him. Koi tells him the crocodile is actually a female and she's laid eggs. While they're talking, it suddenly starts raining. Day and Koi rejoice, soaking in the rain and collecting the water to drink. The next morning, as Day sleeps, the crocodile sneaks up to attack him. But just before it strikes, it slips into the drain. Day immediately wakes up and locks the vent to trap the crocodile. Then, Day and Koi use grass and a pair of glasses to start a fire and cook and eat the crocodile's eggs. That night, they bring the sofa to the poolside, trying once again to climb out but fail. Gradually, both Day and Koi start to give up. Their bodies are weak and their hope is fading. The next day, the crocodile returns. Finding her eggs gone, she becomes enraged and charges toward Day. Sensing danger, Day and Koi quickly hide inside the vent. At the very beginning of the movie, it was shown that Day is diabetic. And now, it's their 5th day in the pool. Without insulin, Day's body is growing weaker. At this moment, Day sees an insulin injector outside the vent. He tries to reach for it, but unfortunately, the injector breaks. After everything they've endured, Day and Koi both break down in tears. Just then, Day spots something. It's his own insulin bag, the one his friend had accidentally thrown into the drain days ago. Finally, Day is able to inject himself with insulin. A while later, they see a parachute in the sky. Day quickly rushes back to the pool and tells Koi to cover the drain. But upon getting closer, they realize it's just a children's toy. Day begins to shout for help. Suddenly, a strong storm begins, and a steel wire falls into the pool. Day is overjoyed, realizing it could support his weight. Even though his hands are cut badly by the wire, he keeps climbing up. Just as he's about to reach the top, the wire snaps. Day falls back into the pool and loses consciousness. The story now returns to the very first scene of the movie, Day unconscious and a crocodile biting his leg. Somehow, he manages to free himself from its grip, but now he is completely exhausted. Meanwhile, Koi is still trapped inside the tunnel. At night, rain returns and the tunnel starts filling with water as the drain remains sealed. Koi bangs on a drum to signal Day. Hearing the sound, Day races to the tunnel again. This time, he decides to go to the other side of the tunnel. But when he gets there, he finds another pool, even deeper than the one they were in. It's now day 7. Finally, 2 people arrive at the scene. They're just looking for their toy parachute. They lower a ladder into the pool and retrieve their toy. The crocodile is hiding behind the sofa, so they don't notice anything strange. Day hears their voices from the other pool and screams for help. But by the time he gets back to the original pool, they've already left. Fortunately, the ladder is still there. As rain starts pouring again, Day heads toward the ladder, but the crocodile attacks him. Back in the tunnel where Koi is, the water has now completely filled the space. Day assumes that Koi has drowned. He breaks down in despair. But just as the crocodile is about to kill Day, a sound comes from the tunnel. Koi is alive. Seeing Koi still alive, Day regains hope and begins to fight the crocodile. He grabs a large stick and finally kills it. Later, Day makes his way to the ladder again. But just as he reaches for it, the drum it was tied to rolls away and the ladder slips out of reach. His last hope disappears. At that moment, Koi utters something weakly, and their dog, hearing Koi's voice, becomes alert. Day tells the dog not to jump, but the dog leaps anyway and dies while hanging by its chain. Enraged and devastated, Day decides he must save Koi, no matter what. Using the dog's body as counterweight, Day pulls himself out of the pool. At long last, on the 7th day, Day escapes the pool. He runs toward the tunnel, where Koi is trapped. Using a pipe, he tries to pry open the tunnel. He nearly falls back into the pool, but grabs onto the edge and pulls himself up again. Finally, he enters the tunnel and finds Koi unconscious. At first, he fears the worst, but after several desperate attempts, Day revives Koi. They embrace each other tightly, and that's where the film ends.